10 adrenaline pumping activities you have to do before you die. Reverse bungee jumping. In Cusco, Peru, there's a place that you can actually get slingshotted from the ground upward. Consider it a reverse bungee jump, where typically you're used to getting on a platform and jumping off, and it's just your weight pulling you down with gravity. The reverse bungee jump essentially has a cord tied up that pulls down, you're attached to it on the bottom, and then they unlatch it, and you go flying up. It's like you're going like Mach 1 straight up. Extreme to the max. You gotta do it.
Galloping on a horse. Energy. So if you ever get the chance when you're traveling around the world to get on a horse and actually move really fast, like on a gallop kind of speed, you should. It's a thrilling experience being on a moving animal that you can't always control, and you're hopping, almost feeling like the whole time you're gonna fall off. I'm not saying it's completely safe because there was a couple times where I almost got bucked off. However, it's a great thrill and you gotta try it.
Skydiving. You can skydive almost anywhere in the world. It's an incredible way to see the landscape below you. All you need is an airplane, a license, and a parachute. We highly recommend it. Feeling the air blow through your face at 200 kilometers an hour or however fast you're free falling is such a rush. Definitely an adrenaline pumping experience you have to have. One of the scariest moments of skydiving is when you're in the plane and you haven't jumped yet. And they open up the door and you're putting your hands on the sides and you're actually feeling the air blow past you as you're in a moving airplane flying through the sky. And then of course you sit on the edge and you're like, okay, I'm about to do this. This is really something I'm choosing to do. What the hell am I thinking? You shimmy your butt onto the edge and then you lean forward and just fly out. Anyways, you gotta do it. It's so much fun.
That was wild! God, I needed that in life.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
Olympic luge, bobsled, and skeleton. While in our backyard of Whistler, BC, we got to experience what it's like to be an Olympic athlete. We got to try skeleton on a real Olympic track. It was one of the craziest things I've ever done. It's you and yourself on this small little sled sliding down this crazy ass track going up to 2 or 3 G's of force on your body. It's just you and the track and the sled.
Goodbye, Charlie. Drive safe.
You basically just have to tuck your chin in and don't move whatsoever. The track directs you down. But it's the scariest thing because you don't really have control of it and you can't move it at all. You're just whipping and dipping and you can barely keep your neck up because there's like 2 or 3 G's of force acting on you while you're going through the big turns.
Swim with sharks. Sharks are a magnificent creature. For the most part of my life, didn't really know anything about them. I thought they were just very scary. I thought I would never ever want to be in the water with them, and I thought it was never something that was actually going to happen. But over the course of traveling, over the different years, over the different places that I've been, I started learning. And I learned that you can swim with sharks. I learned that sharks are not as dangerous as you think.
Follow the rules, you and me.
And I learned that they are absolutely gorgeous up close and personal. Seeing them with your own two eyes, you know, reaching out and having them right in front of you, look at you and then swim off, such a cool experience. It's not something like anything that I could compare it to. If you do ever get around to seeing a shark, I hope for your sake that it is a planned event. Extreme dune buggying. Essentially, all you need is a giant sand dune and a dune buggy. We got to do it in the Oregon coast. Such a fun experience. We didn't get to drive the big bad dogs, but essentially they're 15 feet long. Some of them have like 1,000 horsepower, and you just rip around in the dunes like Mad Max style. It's a total blast. You gotta do it.
Flyboarding. While we're in San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua, we got to go on the beach and try something called flyboarding and jetpacking. Jetpacking is essentially what it sounds like. You have these jets of water with this machine attached to your back that just propels you up, and you get upwards of 20 to 30 feet actually above the water. It's really hard to control, but it's something you've got to try because, you know, as any kid, you want to wear a jetpack for the first time. However, the one I liked the most was flyboarding. Because most of us in the group are pretty good at board sports, this is something we had to try, and we actually loved it right away. You're not used to having these jets of water below your feet propelling you up while you have to steer. It's kind of difficult, but we did it backwards, so that's all that freaking matters.
Wrestle a gator.
Baby, I'm ballin'.
In no way do we condone going out into the wild and finding an alligator and trying to wrestle him. That is not what we're saying. There's a place in Florida called Gatorland. Essentially, it's an alligator sanctuary where we learned how to safely mount an alligator and control him should the need ever arise. I'm assuming in Florida this is a bigger issue than it is where we're from, but nonetheless, it was a really crazy experience to actually get to wrestle with an alligator. I mean, I had never even seen an alligator with my own eyes before, let alone interact with it. But they are powerful creatures, they're really cool, pretty scary, even when done safely.
Alligator that can bite your face off.
Gatorland was where we learned all about it. I'm gonna have to say this made the list.
Baby, I'm ballin'.
The Royal Flush Water Slide. In Waco, Texas, there's a place called BSR Cable Park that has an array of different slip and slides with ramps at the end. One of them is called the Royal Flush. It's huge. You literally slide down on your stomach, head first, feet first, or on your back. You hit a ramp, and you're shot 25 plus feet in the air. You can do doubles, triple flips if you want, or you can do a belly flop if that's sort of what you're into, you know. A lot of us did that. It hurts.
Driving a supercar on a closed circuit track. While we were in New Orleans, we got to go to the Extreme Experience and drive supercars. They took us on a closed track with these beautiful vehicles that I only dreamt of as a kid I could ever drive. No one else, just us and an experienced driver guiding us along the way. They're just there to make sure you don't make any mistakes and tell you when to turn and when to accelerate. you're in full control of the vehicle, going up to 150 miles an hour on these straightaway tracks.
Moving like a soldier.
I was absolutely scared.
No tension in my hands.
But with the confidence of the guy in the passenger seat with me, we were able to get some laps and get some pretty wicked times around the track.
Oh man, that's a rush!
Oh god, let's close that down.
And that is our video for today. Thank you for watching. We highly appreciate it. Feel free to hit like if you choose to. Also, leave a comment below if you've got any other ideas that we might have missed that are super awesome and like have to make our lists. Or if you have any links to really cool videos, throw the link in the comment section. That'd be awesome. If you'd like, as always, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned. We'll see you again next week.
That is the worst prank you could ever do to me.
Alright,
Don't leave me in
everyone
here.
just walk out. Let's go.
Do not
Russia,
leave
Russia,
me
Russia,
in
come on, let's go.
See you, buddy. My girl alone with this game.
Bye, Riker, have fun.